Yeet. Put so much in.
We're back. Despite the best efforts of the Buffalo Bills, the Kansas City Chiefs' pursuit of the three-peat continues. Woo! A 32-29 victory over the Buffalo Bills in Allenhead. Ken Swanson, Matthew Lane, and Craig Stout here to celebrate the Chiefs winning the AFC Championship yet again.
Never a doubt.
Never a doubt. Oh, it feels so good. Another emotional game. High roller coasters against the two best quarterbacks in football going up against each other. And Patrick LaVon Mahomes coming out on top yet again and continuing to tamp down the legacies of all these great quarterbacks in the AFC. It is Patrick LaVon Mahomes' world, and we're all living in it.
Look, I would love to propose a toast to the greatest football team in the land.
Yeah, turn it up.
No. Bring that over here. I'm going to cheers. Hey. Let's go.
I'll be honest, though.
To ripping your heart out again.
This
To ripping your
is
heart out.
really bad bourbon. Ben Holiday is like, it's 100 times better than like
It's
this
just
is,
like the QBs.
No. Like imagine like steeping old socks in gasoline. Pennsylvania does not know how to make bourbon.
Four
at all.
quarterbacks.
So for that, I picked the Kansas City Chiefs to win again.
Let's go.
Our guy, Brett Coleman.
He was here with us. Thank you, buddy.
Good to see him. He came and hang out with us. We had barbecue. We had a good time here hanging out in Dallas. Taylor Swift is on the field celebrating with the Kansas City Chiefs right now. And the haters.
Why wouldn't she be?
Whoa, who's that voice? Who's that voice?
What? Craig Stout. How we feeling, buddy?
I'm
Right.
emotional. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty fucking emotional right now.
Let's go, buddy.
What are those emotions going? What's going through?
Steve Spagnolo once again, the man, the myth, the mountain. Steve Spagnolo once again orchestrated the Kansas City Chiefs defense to yet another Super Bowl. It does not matter if this man wins the Super Bowl. They're gonna.
Sure.
They're gonna.
Lock.
It does not matter. Put this man in the Hall of Fame. This is gold jacket.
Ballot.
Gold jacket.
Oh, it's no doubt about it. No
Steve
doubt about
Spagnolo. It is unreal what he dialed up today. This is, hey, do you guys remember all the Najee Johnson snaps that were played today?
Nope.
I don't.
Nope.
Do you remember all the Tamari Connor snaps that were played today?
Nope.
I
Nope.
don't. Hey, guess what? Steve Spagnolo yet again in the AFC Championship dialed up a perfect game plan for the one quarterback, the singular quarterback that has been his bugaboo, has been the one guy to solve shit.
Mm-hmm.
What he's
Find answers. He did not have the answers today.
Do you know what I remember, Craig?
What do you remember?
This is what I remember. There's a fourth down play call that
I remember this fourth
I
down
don't
play.
know what happens on this play call, and neither does Josh Allen.
If you remember what this fourth down play call was.
I have no clue. And neither does Josh Allen because he just chucked up a prayer that fell off of, was it Dalton Kincaid's hands?
Kincaid.
Couldn't make a diving catch because nobody had any clue what happened. You know what else I remember? The QB sneak, the brotherly shove was stopped 4 times in this football game because the Chiefs had an answer. The Chiefs solved the QB sneak in this game. We'll see it again in a couple weeks, but they solved it for a couple weeks. Like, that's all I'm going to remember. Spags was on one. He made the Bills work for absolutely everything, and it wasn't enough. Yet again, for the 4th time.
It's not enough.
I think, and we've talked about this so many times over the last few years because, the Chiefs are going to their 3rd straight Super Bowl. It's been over 1,000 days since the Kansas City Chiefs have lost a playoff game.
Repeat that.
It has been 1,090 days
90
since the Kansas City Chiefs have lost a playoff game. I think Brett Coleman's looking up that fact right now for me real quick.
Is
just
that
to double
good?
check. It's very good. But I think
appreciate the 90 days part of that the most, I think.
The last 90 has been pretty sweet. But I think when, we talk about like this team and we say, there's so many things that we look at and identify during the regular season that could be the things that keep this team from doing what they could do. And we've talked about the Najee Johnsons. We've talked about the Shamari Connors. We've talked about the Chiefs offense not scoring over 30 points in a game this season. And like you said, they just scored 32 points in this game.
They so did.
It's okay.
Regular season. You said
And
season.
No, I just mean like we just talked about like the offense just not being, maybe not, being able to do that. The offense was great today too. And they played complete football and they had to because the Buffalo Bills are a very good football team. Sure. And the Chiefs continue to just, look, here's the thing.
Too much Bills up talk.
Have you ever seen Charlie Brown kick the football?
No,
I haven't.
Lucy has consistently pulled that away. Are you trying to black the Kansas City Chiefs?
Yes, that's what they keep doing. They keep pulling the ball out. Keep pulling the ball out of the rug.
So the Bills are Charlie Brown.
The Bills are Charlie Brown. The Ravens are Charlie Brown. The Browns are Charlie Brown for whatever reason too. We're just going to go with that.
Off the team. We don't recognize the Bengals. That's the fraud goals in this household.
I don't know. Who are the Bengals? Were they in the playoffs? No.
Hold on, let me check.
Nope, they were not. But yeah,
nor were the Chargers.
I think it's just so impressive to see this team work through the process, work through the regular season. They see these things that they need to work on, and they are a team that just finds a way to play their best football at the right time, to mask their deficiencies at the right time, and still go 15-1 in the regular season while they're doing it. And so many people talked about this team and how they didn't win by enough and how the style points and all that stuff. And I'm trying to figure out where all these style points count in this game because I didn't see any.
You know what I count, Kent?
What?
2 points.
What were they?
Well, I think it's stopping 2-point conversions.
Yeah.
Kind of mattered when it was the QB sneak.
Yep.
And I think it was the fact that when the pressure kicked up, one quarterback was ready. And one quarterback, and it's not his fault of his own. Steve Spagnolo is an excellent defensive coordinator, but one quarterback wasn't quite ready for the exact moment of the entire game.
Yeah.
And we can kind of move this on from this is an emotional roller coaster for all of us, right?
We stand with emotion.
It doesn't matter how many times we've been here. It doesn't matter how often we've done this. It's an emotional ride.
Oh, 100%.
Craig, Kent, and I didn't move spots for the entire second half of this game. We stayed when we were in the house, and I don't think any of us were overly superstitious. You saw Kent sitting on the couch. You saw me playing with the football the entire time, just fidgeting around. Kent yelling at me to move. Right? These are all things that happened. We didn't move because it's an emotional ride. But at the end of the day, there's things that happened in this game that were a little bit different than what we saw all season. The Chiefs came out. The offense was clicking a little bit. They put the Bills behind. And I think you saw Sean McDermott, Josh Allen for a while were pressing to try to catch up. Yep. I think that cost them some points. And then once it got to crunch time in the second half, one team was locked in and absolutely ready. The other team felt like they were always chasing the others the entire time.
That is the absolute difference. I said that earlier today when we were driving to practice. Sean McDermott needs this. He needs this. In
teamwork.
The worst way. Sean McDermott is not going to be viewed as a bad coach for losing to the Kansas City Chiefs. in no way, shape, or form is he going to be looked at in this realm of the Buffalo Bills, especially with what they've dealt with before, and that's not taking a shot at them. But he's not going to be viewed in a negative light because they weren't able to get it done in this football game. I said earlier today, they need this more than the Kansas City Chiefs do. They absolutely do. This is relevance. This is everything they need as a franchise. They have to get over the hump in the AFC. They have to get to the AFC Championship and have to win.
And they didn't.
What just happened?
They didn't do it.
Oh, no,
what just happened?
On the note of have to win, the stats coming from BJ. He just handed this over to me. The Bills have 84 wins since 2018. That is second behind, guess who?
The Kansas City Chiefs.
Kansas City Chiefs.
That is the most wins by any team in a 7-season span.
7 seasons. 7 seasons. Is that a lot?
That's quite a bit.
That's quite a bit.
What happened over those 7 seasons?
Oh, the Chiefs won a lot of Super Bowls.
That's the most wins by a team in the 7-season span that did not reach the Super Bowl in NFL history.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is this worth another 30 for 30?
Before we go,
Oh.
Josh Allen, really good football
Yeah.
player. James Cook, really good football
They made
player.
plays.
Absolutely.
They made plays.
Matt
today.
Collins.
Matt Collins.
No, wide receiver wearing number 13 for the Bills.
Okay.
Chiefs killer.
Let's rewind.
Came to the game in an animal costume.
Steve Spagnolo was on one
Elbow.
today.
Yeah.
He was on one
Yeah.
today. And Josh Allen and Matt Collins had solutions.
Yeah.
It's the problem with Josh Allen. It's what we see every time Steve Spagnolo comes to the table, especially in these playoff games.
Yep.
We see Josh Allen find solutions. Every other quarterback in the NFL struggles to find solution. Lamar Jackson, does he find solutions? No, he does not. Jalen Hurts? No, he does not. Joe Burrow?
I feel like I'm being judged by Brett Coleman. Burrow finds solution. It's called throwing up to one of my 2 all-pro wide receivers.
No, he does not. Josh Allen finds the right
He does.
solution.
No, he's the guy. He's number 2. He is number 2 with a bullet.
Yeah, no,
You don't watch this game and look at Josh Allen any differently than you did before you walked into this. He is the second best quarterback in the NFL, and he is in an unfortunate time.
What best?
Second best to be playing with Patrick LaVon Mahomes. It's not fair to him, but it's the reality.
It sounds like Hakeem Olajuwon.
I mean, there's so many comparisons and all this stuff to like different like NBA arcs. Like, is this the Utah Jazz? Like, this could be the Utah Jazz. Okay. But I mean, Mahomes is kind of. I think he might be. He at this point, if he wins this one, he's outpacing all the other, NBA examples that we give. He's just Patrick Mahomes, and he's a freak of nature, and he's the best player to ever play the sport. And that's what's on the line here in a couple weeks, and I'm sure we're gonna have plenty of time to talk about that. I do think you talked about like the Chiefs did start fast, which is one of the things that we were hoping to see out of them. We were hoping to see them, get out ahead a little bit, right? They put
get into the game.
Well, we do need to get in the game a little bit.
Okay. This is part of the game. Name a play other than the fumble on offense that you didn't like.
You don't want
right?
Maybe a sack here.
I think Mahomes took 2 bad sacks. That was only 2 sacks, right?
Yeah.
They were both pretty bad. The second one was quick pressure because Caliendo got lifted up. But the first sack where he rolled out, tried to beat Milano to the edge and it didn't work. Those are 2 pretty bad sacks. But, I mean, it wasn't bad plays. I thought they tried to shorten the game a little bit in the second half because they were in control. They tried to shorten it, and that wasn't the play. They were beating the brakes off the Bills throwing the ball. This is the first time in a while that you looked at this Chiefs passing offense, Kent, and you said, like, oh, they got it all figured out. They're pulling all the right levers. Everything's open. It's kind of working. They didn't even push the ball downfield, but they're like, it's working. And like, this was the game. And they kind of settled into a little bit of a comfort zone and tried to run it and shorten the game in the second half. And that allowed the Bills to get back into it.
Well, and I mean, the Bills took the lead at one point, right?
Yeah.
Like the Chiefs were up and then, like they were up they're up 11. I can't read that. They're up 11 at one point, and then, the Bills get a touchdown. The Chiefs have a chance to
flexibility, Craig.
The Chiefs have a chance to try to put this thing away in the second half or continue to stay out in the front, and they just don't do it. And like they punted the first 2 possessions of the first half or of the second half and let the Bills back in. But like, I mean, I look back, they started pretty good. They RPO'd up and down the field for the opening possession, which was like we really seen that. Like, I don't think they've thrown many slant RPOs. They hit a couple against Pittsburgh. It looked like that was something that was going to be a big part of this offense during training camp, and we really didn't see a ton of it with Hollywood Brown. And then, like, first off, like, I hope Christian Benford's okay, because, like, he plays in this game, gets a concussion. I felt awful for him.
Yeah, that was brutal.
I'm really not happy that I hope he didn't rush back to play, but you kind of feel like he does.
I get why he would.
Yes.
But
but the Chiefs attacked a little bit outside the numbers for a possession after that. So they kind of, they picked their spots for different things in different moments. And like,
speaking of picking a spot, we got a super chat from Jacob. I don't mean to interrupt this, Ken. I'm sorry, but the play to ice the game. I mean, they motion to a stack, they flood right, and then here P. Ryan he leaks out to the left, and they hit him the ball, and they say, hey, beat one guy to gain 2 extra yards. And what does he do? He beats it.
Yeah.
And it's a game. I mean, like, listen, P. Ryan and Jerick McKinnon don't share a lot of physical attributes together, but I tell you what, that if that wasn't a Jerick McKinnon play,
that was the absolute Jerick McKinnon.
So Jacob, that's a great super chat. I mean, that's a great comment. That was a phenomenal. And they started that drive with the first pass they had to throw by beginning, but to Pacheco, the ball quick, and said, hey, go beat somebody. And if it wasn't for his foot barely stepping out, this game ends a little bit earlier. It's just, absolutely. I mean, Andy had a good game plan. Andy was ready for this game.
Andy was dealing. Pat was dealing. Spags was dealing. We'll get to Spags. But
and also Xavier Worthy was dealing in this game.
Goodness,
a player that the Kansas City Chiefs acquired in a trade up with the Buffalo Bills.
The who?
The Buffalo Bills, the runner up in the AFC. Brett Coleman.
Hold on.
Come here, buddy.
Okay. Yeah. Look.
Come on, buddy.
Look. Okay. Even if Xavier Worthy outproduced Keon Coleman
this game,
season,
he didn't outproduce Ladd McConkey.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So I'm technically correct. I mean,
if the Chiefs had
I do work with the Chargers.
If the Chiefs had Ladd McConkey, would they make the Super Bowl?
If the Chiefs had Ladd McConkey, they wouldn't have lost a game.
They lost one.
Yeah, no, they would have been undefeated. So I actually think the more interesting thought exercise, and I'll ask all of you guys.
Yeah.
Let's say they were undefeated, going on a run, and going for a three-peat. Which, by the way, full disclosure, I did pick them.
You did. You told me that before.
I also picked them in August.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
You're smart.
So
smart, man.
Because I'm just a damaged human. So let's say they were going for undefeated. You get to the last week of the season where they did rest, which maybe that helped. Would you care more about the undefeated season or the three-peat?
Three-peat. Not even close. Not even close.
One's been done, one hasn't.
I don't. The undefeated season thing doesn't mean anything to me, and I don't think it really would have meant that much to this team either. I think they would have sat and got ready for the playoffs.
You're talking to Chiefs fans. We know one thing: Super Bowl wins, baby.
Yeah.
So what's funny is a few years ago, and I've made several videos on Mahomes and how great he is. A few years ago, I ended, and the video title was like, Mahomes is LeBron James of the NFL. This was, I don't know, like 4 years ago, something like that. And the ending tag of the video was,
smart.
Well, he's not going to win the Super Bowl every year.
Yeah. And you're right.
Then he went to the Super Bowl every year. He's winning the fucking Super Bowl.
That's our guy, Brett Coleman.
Thanks, Brett.
We love Brett.
We love Brett.
We do love Brett.
Yeah. Hey, Craig, you should scoot in a little bit again now.
Come back.
Maddie, you should scoot in a little bit.
You want me to scoot?
I want this distance.
Oh, wait, Craig should?
No, get next to me. All right, we had another super chat from Zach. Hello. Cheers to the most complete Chiefs game in how long?
Right? The Super Bowl.
Since roughly the Super Bowl?
It's the Super Bowl. Yeah. I mean, and like they put some fantastic drives together. They put 32 points on the board. I think the defense still had their issues, right? Like, and Josh Allen made them right.
Josh Allen was good today.
Yeah.
Outside of the first,
no.
Wait.
I'm pushing back.
The first half wasn't great.
15.
Josh Allen was begging to turn that football over. Josh Allen,
the first 15, he wanted
with the most respectful way possible. He was playing like a Neanderthal for a long time in this game. He was making every play he could. He was making risk. He was throwing the ball. He was fumbling the ball. And the Chiefs, unfortunately, were unable to capitalize. I mean, the only thing that stopped this game from being close was the Chiefs dropped 4 interceptions and 3 fumbles. Now, did Josh Allen make plays? Did he make plays? Absolutely. But he did not play a clean game by any stretch.
I believe what Maddie is trying to say is that in 3 pass attempts, two pass attempts. You're right. Thank you. Thank you for correcting me. In 2 pass attempts, 3 Chiefs defenders could have intercepted a ball. Like, it was scared. They were not ready for the moment. This was not it. It's intangible. It's so hard to talk about, especially in the regular season when we are, kind of diving into the minutia of all of this. It is so hard to talk about this team as being one that maybe tables some of their best attempts, maybe tables some of their best game plans for the playoffs.
And it's all right. So and it's become, this is the best problem ever. It's become very difficult to cover this team and talk about this team, which is why ESPN and some of those other people, some of those talking heads on some of these big time networks are saying some stuff about this team that, during the regular season, you might be right. Yeah, Lamar, Josh Allen, congratulations on being first and second in the MVP.
They play in 2 weeks?
They don't play in 2 weeks.
I love Ben Solak. Let's chill on Ben Solak.
I just think
if he's basing it off of the regular season this year, I get it.
I love you, Ben. You did a great job.
And I get that there's no it's tough to create narratives when it's like the truth is that Chiefs are prepping for this time of year and they haven't put their best stuff out and all this stuff. Like, these are all it's being proven again and again. Last year, the regular season didn't matter. Chiefs figured it out, won the Super Bowl. This year, regular season, they win 15 games. They go 15-1. They work through all their problems the same way they did the year prior.
I've heard they're the worst 15-win team ever.
Yeah. Well, they're 17-win team now.
Worst Super Bowl team ever.
I mean, it's like, it's all this, like, all these narratives that keep coming out. And it's just like, this team is built from a DNA where one of the best draft classes in the history of the organization knows nothing less than going to the Super Bowl.
What draft class?
Huh?
What draft class?
The 2022 draft class.
Who was in that draft class?
You got Trent McDuffie, George Karlaftis, Brian Cook, Darian Kennard, can't forget him. Leo Chenal. Leo Chenal. You've got Jalen Watson, Joshua Williams, Isaiah Pacheco. You're talking about a fundamental piece of an organization, which, by the way, all that draft capital that they got to do that was because they made a monumental trade in this organization's history, trading away Tyreek Hill. And they just go and they know nothing less than a Super Bowl since trading away a Hall of Fame wide receiver.
Five still. Wide receiver.
They're playing
Debatable.
4 interior offensive linemen.
Wide receiver.
What were we talking about?
Tyreek Hill.
No.
Since they traded away Tyreek Hill,
Where are we going? How do we get?
5 still wide receiver.
Is this a true false question?
Yeah.
You know who has more yards in the Super Bowls and AFC Championship game since that trade? Juju Smith-Schuster.
Ooh.
You guys saw the quote, right?
What?
What's the quote?
Okay. So Tyreek put out a quote about how he's like, he cares about winning and that's like all his thing. And he wants to go to a contender because he cares so much about winning and he's tired of losing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well.
Good job, Tyreek.
That wasn't from a Chiefs fan either.
No, it's from a realist. Good job, Tyreek. Glad you got your $5 extra million a year.
Yeah. I think we are too, actually. If I'm being honest, things have been okay since then.
I want to say, So I'm heading out, boys, because I have to go do footage management for all these Shrine Bowl interviews. But genuinely, I am happy for Chiefs fans because I know you guys have been through a lot, and I know we're for the Chargers, so you consider me the enemy.
We love you, Brett.
But truly, I know Kansas City has been through so much football-wise that is just unspeakably horrible. So enjoy this while you can. It's not going to be around forever. As Patriots fans, just party it up while you can. And congratulations, guys.
I know we're live.
you,
Okay, I'm saying bye.
Yeah.
Come by.
That was Brett Coleman. And
Mom.
love you, buddy. Brett Coleman's the best. We love him to death, man. I know he's razzled some of y'all up, but Brett's our guy, and glad he got to come hang out with us a little bit tonight. We had a good time here.
Do we need a mental reset, Cam?
We probably need a break. Craig needs a break. We're going to take We'll be right back.
Shop Chiefs tickets and more with no fees. Plus, save big with code KCSN at ticketsforless.com, the official ticket provider of KC Sports Network.
Chiefs win 32-29 in the AFC Championship game. They are going back to the Super Bowl against the Philadelphia Eagles yet again.
Have we seen that?
We have seen that. This team.
We got tomorrow to
They
talk
have a
about
chance to two-peat against the Eagles like they two-peated against the Niners.
The Eagles are just speedrunning their 49ers arc. That's their speedrunning.
This is wild, dude.
They said we don't need 4 years to get back there. We just do it again.
Yeah, it's absurd, man. And they're back at it again. But
how mad do you think Nick Sirianni is? Like, seriously, how mad do you think Nick Sirianni is to see the Chiefs win that game?
I'm not as mad as he's going to be in 2 weeks.
Yep. Craig's feeling himself, and honestly, I understand why. It's the same thing, like, where we're going to be picking this game because we don't pick against the best player to ever grace the sport of football. Anything? All right, so you want to talk about the offense a little bit, Matty?
Oh, we actually should.
Okay.
It's me or you?
It's your turn. I talked a lot.
I'm trying to send tweets out. Okay. You said earlier, the Chiefs came out with this game plan, the script, and I thought it was perfect. They came out with all these RPOs, and they honestly weren't post-snap RPOs. They were pre-snap. Mahomes was just reading the leverage pre-snap and said, oh, the slant's wide open every single time, and we're taking it. And they hit Hollywood, and Juju Smith-Schuster for about 65, 70 yards on the very first drive. They were clicking. I thought as the game went on, they continued to pull all the right levers. We didn't get a Travis Kelce game. We got the Xavier Worthy game. He saves an interception. I thought the Chiefs generally, when they tried to throw the ball, did a great job. The only time this offense got a little wonky was in the beginning of the second half when it felt like they were trying to shorten the game a little bit. Not just running the ball, but kind of running the ball. They were running it. They were bringing in heavy personnel. They were trying to get the game over with kind of quickly, Craig. And that wasn't the move. Every time they spread it out a little bit. They went 11 personnel and they spread it out a little bit. This game, it was working. The Bills did not have an answer for what the Chiefs had, whether they were spamming mesh over and over again. They were making Xavier Worthy do all this work. He was Bevo Stronging all over the field. The Bills had absolutely no answer. It was a good game plan. Oh, I forgot. Did anybody remember that Joe Tooney was playing left tackle? Because I sure as hell didn't see any issues.
Man, I want to talk about exclusively the offensive line.
Okay.
Hang on. I want to talk about all of the pressures the offensive line. Okay, now on to Patrick Mahomes. No, it was exceptional. We are kind of in that little vibe that the Chiefs have been in before, where they've shuffled people around before, and we've walked into the Super Bowl, and it kind of feels like we've overcome everything.
Mm-hmm.
So, Joe Tooney playing left tackle was exceptional today. He did not allow pressure. We did not see anything that was really coming his way. So Patrick Mahomes was really, really, really good off the bat here. RPOs were clicking right off the bat.
Yep.
We saw Hollywood Brown got involved immediately. Xavier Worthy was exceptional as well.
On that note, hold on. Who led the AFC Championship game in receiving yards?
Oh, Xavier Worthy.
Was it Xavier?
It was, in fact, one Bevo Strong boy, Xavier Worthy.
Yeah.
That contested catch was exceptional. I did not get the challenge. Let's talk about the challenge a little bit. What's the point of that? You're saving yourself, 15 yards? 15 yards. Crazy. I mean,
that was the moment that was the moment Craig and I looked at it and said, "Oh, McDermott's a little tight."
Yeah,
that was the moment. Like at best, yeah, you save yourself 15 yards because there was a pass interference or defensive holding on the play. At best, it's 1st and 10 from the Chiefs, 15 yards shorter, and he said challenge and gave the Chiefs an extra 1st down on the goal line. Like,
because they actually got off that play before it was stopped, and it was not going it much of anywhere there. But I mean, it really was one of those that felt like a desperation play, and that was the difference in the game. You saw a calm and composed Patrick Mahomes, a calm and composed Andy Reid, and you saw a tight, wound up, needing to have it Sean McDermott and Josh Allen today. That was the difference.
Well, and like I think that's one of the intangible things that you don't really see it like kind of completely manifest itself in the play, or in the until the playoffs, right? I mean, you do, but it's like, hey, like some of those games that the Chiefs would have lost in the regular season are the ones that, because of that composure, that they would have, maybe they otherwise wouldn't have taken care of, right?
Right.
But they kept closing games out, and they were all close, but they just figured out ways to win, and like that's kind of an intangible thing to a degree. That like you just knew that in the biggest moments they were going to be cool, calm, and collected. They were going to be the ones that were going to be taking care of business. They were the ones that were going to be, kind of in control of the game. And like I think they knew what was required in this game. They knew exactly what was required in this game. That's why they started so hot. That's why they emptied the RPO bag immediately.
Okay. Let's talk about the game plan.
Yeah,
both sides. Did you ever feel like the Chiefs weren't in control in this game?
There was a moment for me in the start of the second half when the Bills said, "Hey, we're not throwing. We're not throwing."
That's fair. And that was what was working.
Which is very similar to what happened in the Texans game. Correct. Where it was 20-13 or whatever it was, and the Texans go down, they drive down the length of the field. They were in position to tie the game. It was 13-6, I think, and they missed the extra point. But it was like that opening drive is just dominant, driving the football, running the football, and like the Chiefs didn't have control. But like I think the flip side of it is that was where the complementary football really didn't come in either, is because the defense let that gave up that touchdown, but the offense sputtered for 2 straight possessions.
Yeah,
and that was the same exact thing that happened to the Bills or to the Chiefs against the Bills. The last time that these two teams played in Orchard Park in the regular season is right out of the half. The first 2 possessions of the game, the offense had opportunities because the Chiefs defense got 2 stops, but the Chiefs weren't able to capitalize 2 straight possessions, and it kept the Bills in control of that game. And that was kind of what happened. And like them, that was a tough spot for them.
I'm gonna channel my inner Kent a little bit here. And my voice, I need a cough drop, so my voice can't quite get to the levels he does.
Oh,
no, I'm not gonna try to go that high. The difference between Patrick Mahomes, and Josh Allen. There's a difference here. Josh Allen in this iteration of the Bills team, right? They're doing a good job. He's the 2nd best quarterback in the NFL. He makes flash plays. Some of his that touchdown before half to Matt Collins, amazing.
Yeah,
right. He made some plays in this game.
That was a dot.
I said it to people around me the moment it left his hand. I said, "Oh, that's a good throw."
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good throw.
Yeah.
Okay. Great quarterback. When did he feel in control of this game, though?
Never.
When was the moment that Josh Allen
singular pass? That was that singular pass.
But then what happened the very next play?
No.
He got stuffed because he side shoveled the QB sneak, right?
Correct.
So I just mean, like, when did he feel in control? We've seen Patrick Mahomes the last 3 years. 3 years since they lost Tyreek Hill. They've had an offense that's been, I don't want to say bad, but it's been shaky. It's been inconsistent. It's been up and down. There's been a lot of pieces that he's had to drag forward, like Josh Allen's doing this year for the Bills offense, right? Like, same concept. But Mahomes, when has he not like really felt in control of these playoff games these last 2 years? He's always in control. He always is controlling the game. He knows what's going on. He is the offense. He is controlling it. The Bills said, "Oh, we're kind of on the edge of this game. We're hanging on by a thread. What do we need to do? Run. And Josh Allen's 6'5", 240 pounds. He can run himself. They have Cook, great Dalvin Cook, great running back. He can run the ball as well. But the whole point was, to get this team back in the game, it was run the ball, not rely on Josh Allen to be everything. He made plays, flashes.
Absolutely.
He made plays.
Absolutely.
But it wasn't Josh Allen, get on my back. I'm going to control this. Not flash, I control this. Correct. Patrick Mahomes has never not controlled the game.
That is the absolute difference.
Every single moment. And that's why it goes back to when Kent said earlier, like, was there a time where, the Chiefs offense wasn't doing it for? He's like, yeah, it was the 2 Mahomes sacks, because I thought those were, one of them was definitely on him. Correct. One was half on him. But that's the issue, is it was Mahomes, because he's the guy leading it. He's not just leading, but he is it. He is the answer. Josh Allen, great quarterback. Flash plays, great plays. There was an offense around him built to, I don't want to say mitigate what he does.
Yeah. No, it's not a mitigation. It's not a mitigation. You're right.
There's a difference.
Yes,
there's a difference.
We have witnessed so many great quarterbacks. We've been very fortunate to witness so many great quarterbacks in this time span. You see guys overcome so much. You see them against great defensive coordinators, great game plans. They solve this. The puzzle is placed in front of them. They have the solution. Yeah. They solve it. We see it with Patrick Mahomes all the time. We did not see that with Josh Allen tonight. This was the moment. Like, it really
he had his chance. He had his opportunity.
It was never drive. It was flash play. Play. It was not drive.
It was never consistent.
Control. And that's the difference. That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. That's the difference between the two.
When did you ever feel like the Chiefs weren't in control of this game? I never did personally.
I think that when the Bills were able to take the lead and punt a couple times, like that put a little bit of stress on him, and like there was a chance that
I still felt like Patrick Mahomes was going to deliver.
I thought, and I think that's where it is. It's like you still felt like, okay, they've maybe tried to run the ball a little bit more and try to slow this game out. But now, okay, it's go time. They were getting whatever they want. Patrick Mahomes averaged 9.4 yards per pass attempt in this game. He averaged 9.5 yards.
He was
per
unreal.
attempt.
He was unreal.
And so, like there was definitely some moments where they put themselves behind the sticks trying to run the game out and try to, stretch that thing out and run the football. But like if they needed to go, start, dropping back and throwing the football, they were absolutely dominant. By the way, 9.4 yards per attempt, but with only 2 explosive pass plays. No, three explosive pass plays, I think, in the entirety of the game.
Consistent.
It was steady.
They
it was
dialed
consistent.
it up. They were able to find it.
And they had answers everywhere. Like you saw the RPO game we talked about. They were throwing a little bit outside the numbers when they needed to. They found some stuff in the middle of the field. They did this all without Travis Kelce. Really. Travis Kelce had 2 catches for 12 yards, 19 yards.
I'm intrigued to go back and watch and see if they were trying to take him away.
Yeah,
that was some of Juju's success. I mean, it was just 2 catches, but like Juju's success, Hollywood Brown's early success. I'm wondering if they were trying to take Kelce away, because it didn't seem like there was an impact from him on the game. But I mean, anytime the Chiefs said, "Oh, we can't just run the ball," because the Bills were playing the run pretty well, especially in the middle of the game.
They did some good things.
The Chiefs were like, "Oh, we can just drop back and throw," and like, we're doing whatever we want here.
That's the funny part about this game. The Bills were not bad today.
No,
they did not.
Their defense didn't do anything.
Their defense didn't do anything.
But
their offense did not make the crucial mistakes. They did.
They tried.
They put the ball in the.
It did not result in an advantageous look.
The ball went on the ground. The ball went on the ground 5 times, maybe 6 times in this game, and the Bills came. And the Bills came back with all of them.
All of them. Yes. That's what I'm saying. If you reverse the luck of like the 50-50 plays, the fumbles and the balls that hit defenders in the chest, this game is a Chiefs blowout. I mean, like if you reverse luck, I'm not saying you can't do that. You can't do that because that's not the way football works. Right. But like if you reverse the luck, the Chiefs didn't get the luck this game. Everybody talking about, all the lucky Chiefs, the refs and all this stuff. Like this game, every dice roll came up Bills.
Yeah.
But I mean, besides other than the 4th down reviewed QB sneak, which not a single person in the world saw the football.
No, he did not get that.
Whether he got it or not doesn't matter. They ruled on the field he did it. There's no way you can tell me he got it. Then that was also the 4th QB sneak that was stopped.
We paid the ref. KCSN, you should thank KCSN there. That we paid that ref that was on that side of the field. We paid him a handsome sum to make sure to take care of that situation if it came up. So we really dug into our pockets to pay that ref for that one. So
defense time.
Yeah, I think it is. Steve Spagnolo, go.
I'm gonna
jacket this man.
I'm gonna let Craig rip in 1 second. I really do need to see the fourth down play again because like we're live, it's emotions. I mean, you guys saw us in the live stream, right? I'm throwing a football around, I'm celebrating. Like I don't exactly know what happened, but just like Josh, I was confused as hell as whatever Spag called up on that play. I didn't know what happened, and that's how you got Josh throwing a rainbow ball off his back foot. Okay, let's be clear. Dalton Kincaid had to adjust that ball 3 times mid-air to even have a chance. That wasn't a should have been caught pony. Let's calm down, okay? That was a could have been caught, not shoulda. Big difference, okay? So Spags called up a play on that, and what I suspect is the Bills tried to get a back tie Johnson one-on-one with Trent McDuffie backside, and they wanted to waste him. They wanted to waste the Chiefs' best pass coverage player on a running back. And Spags said, we ain't playing that game.
Correct.
Watch this. And it got Josh. Then he got a free pressure on him, and he just threw up a rainbow ball. That, again, Kincaid had a chance to catch, but it wasn't expected. And, that was just a Spag special after a fantastic 4-down stand by the Chiefs defense. There was ebbs and flows throughout this game, but I honestly thought, Craig, the Chiefs defense did a very admirable job against the offense that's very difficult to play.
Let's be real here.
Do you want to get closer to me? There we go.
There you go.
Yeah.
Steve Spagnolo was awesome all day long.
Mm-hmm.
We have spent so much time as a fan base, not just KCSN, but as a fan base, talking about Najee Johnson, Jamari Connor, Joshua Williams, Jalen Watson. It did not matter. Josh Allen could be the MVP.
Yeah.
Might be the MVP. Has every solution for Steve Spagnolo. The one guy that seems to figure everything out with what Steve Spagnolo seems to offer. The solutions were not there today. It did not matter who was in coverage. Nick Bolton made plays in coverage. I know that positive and negative for various people of our fan base.
I mean, the Bills, they tried to target the middle of the field a couple times.
They tried to target Najee Johnson. They tried to target Jamari Connor.
Yep.
It did not matter.
Yep.
It really did not matter. And it wasn't the blitz scheme. That was part of it. But it wasn't just, now he's hurried. He's throwing into a coverage that he doesn't like. They really did a good job comprehensively as a defense.
And I think if you want to just in these games, a lot of times it's just big moments. It's key third downs, key fourth downs, key red zone moments, and all those things, right? And that's the case every time these two teams play. But I looked at, if you think about and go back and think about, there were 2 key fourth downs that the Buffalo Bills had late in the game. I think both were in the fourth quarter.
Correct.
And it's the 4th and 4 from the goal line, or 4th and goal from the 4. They motion Khalil Shakir into the backfield. They look like they're going to get that into the flat, and then they come back to it. Guess what? The second time that they had to show their hand with that exact same motion, the Chiefs saw it the second time, and they put Shaquille back there. They did the exact same motion back out, the spin back out, but they had a little pressure ready for it this second time around.
They blitzed off the backside where he was fake
supposed
motion
to be coming to.
Yeah. The fake motion. They said, "Okay, you're not coming this way for sure.
Yep.
Watch this."
Yep.
That's what I mean.
That
was the 4th down play, right?
Yes.
At the end, that's what I think I saw, right? That's why I want to rewatch because I wasn't focused hard on what they were doing, but. That's a Spags. They showed him, and Spags was licking his lips. That man was ready for what was coming.
Reed stayed on the goal line on the 4th and 4, and then they cut Kurt.
Reed was unbelievable.
Yeah, but they cut
Samuel touchdown
on the Curtis Samuel touchdown. Reed stuck on the goal line because he's anticipating that motion from Shakir. Yep. He spins back out, and he's kind of stuck in no man's land.
He's absolutely right.
So they almost picket fence it a little
Correct.
bit.
Ken and I watched that.
He's right.
They also, here's the other thing that was kind of interesting, and we can get into this more later, but Turk Wharton was actually kind of trying to bait Josh Allen to running right into Justin Reed and right into where that was, if that was the case too, because he just opens his hips up entirely and just kind of anyways. But yeah, that was the second time that they'd seen it. And it's things like this. It's this team fights and fights and fights and fights and fights. They force the Bills into a 4th down. Got to have it. The Bills have to show that motion. I'm talking about the 4th and goal though. They have to show that motion on the 4th and goal. They have to show that. and then they come back to it to the next same thing, and like they get that intel that they need. They bring Justin Reed on it.
And it was at a timeout, right? The final fourth down was out of a timeout.
Correct.
Yep. I mean, it's those little things. It's like just being able to get that first look even and getting that to fourth down might have been something that helped get this team to victory. Just getting that to fourth down. So they had to show that. Those are the kind of things that like, this is why they are what they are.
The 2-point conversions, I don't think can be also like, I mean, just glossed over.
They were unbelievable.
They were huge.
Yes. Got 4 QB sneaks in this game. Now, 2 of them, Josh Allen did like a weird sidestep to go left and then got stuffed after he wasted time.
Which to be fair, we're going to see a lot of that straightforward stuff.
Well, so I'm going to get into I'll talk QB sneak X's and O's. So, you know, if you don't want to hear this garbage, I understand. But
is it doing the Frankie Luvo and jumping over the top of the pile?
No, not that.
Okay.
I want Nick Bolton to only do that.
Torrance, their right guard, is a little slower off the snap than everybody else.
Correct.
They couldn't just go straight forward because they had to get away from Torrance because Chris Jones was eating him up off the snap. That's so we saw the one where they tried to go straight forward. Chris Jones shot it. He beat Torrance, and that was even the third stop I think they had. But he beat him. They knew that, right? So Josh Allen was having to sidestep. He was taking a lateral step left to get behind their left guard because that's where they had the best chance to get it. The problem was the Chiefs were filling really well on that when they were doing it, and they kept going quick because they were trying to catch the Chiefs not in their base heavy personnel with Mike Pennell and Derek Nottie on the field. So it's good job by the Bills. They got 1 or 2 that way, but then anytime the Chiefs had a chance to sub in, they said, oh, Josh is going left. If he goes right, Chris Jones is getting it, and he did. He beat Torrance on the third one. The fourth one that we saw, which got the replay, right? That was the 4th time they stopped the QB sneak. They just ate it up. But I mean, there was a little bit of a chess match. I don't like the QB sneak play. I hate it. It's ridiculous to me, but I understand. I don't mean to say it's illegal. I just don't like the play because I can't figure out.
We got 2 weeks to talk.
What's the X's and O's of that nonsense? But this particular matchup with the Bills going quick, and then the fact that they had to go left, like there was actually a chess match there. And guess who won?
The Kansas City
The
Chiefs.
Hall of Fame defensive coordinator, Steve Spagnolo, said, oh, Chris, you're faster than that big man from Florida. You can beat him. They're going to go left. We're putting our D tackle and our DN tight on the left side. We're going to have Drew Tranquil or Leo Chanel, whoever it is. He's also over there. Anytime Josh goes left, guess who's there? A lot of bodies. Like, that was great by Spags. Like, it's not the sexiest play to go back and film study, but the Chiefs' work against the QB sneak in this game was phenomenal.
Okay, I'm going to ask you.
I'm a nerd.
Very loaded question here. Who was your favorite Chiefs defender today?
Oh, I got a killer one.
Okay, go for it.
Mike Dana.
You're not wrong.
Dana's game.
You're not wrong, Kent.
You come back to me.
You come back.
I mean, Chris Jones was awesome. Chris Jones, I think they said like he had 7 pressures on 11 one-on-one drops in just the first half. He played out of his mind. I thought he did some great things in this game. Who came down with the pass deflection? Manny, with the pass deflection in that game.
He was good too.
Nick Bolton had a great pass deflection as well.
Bolton got picked on for a minute, and then all of a sudden, here comes Bolton and makes that play through the hands.
Karlaftis made some big plays too.
Absolutely. This is my point, though. That's why I'm asking this question, because it does not matter.
No,
it does not matter.
Trent had
another great game. Brian Cook could have had a couple of picks.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one of those, we're going to look back on this game. It's going to be a quote unquote, nothing game from the defense. Like it's not going to quote unquote matter in the end of this. Like, it's just, they're in the Super Bowl. What's coming next? It's going to be Saquon. It's going to be Hurts. It's going to be A.J. Brown. Everybody's already moving on to what's going to happen. This was an exceptional team performance here.
Here's the thing. Come sit down, Beach.
You can sit.
We can probably give you a mic here a little bit too.
Come sit down. I'm going to give you a mic.
Anybody else wants to sit?
I'm going to give you a mic. No. You're on.
Oh, yeah, give us your takes.
Well, you're not, but we can see your foot. Oh, come on, Craig. Yeah. Come on in, Beach.
Hey, BJ.
Hey,
what's up?
Guys?
How you feeling, man? What were your thoughts?
Great. I don't know.
Yeah.
I honestly don't know how to feel.
Yeah.
It's a lot of processing.
It's harder because I have too much respect. I like the Bills. Like
I love the Bills.
Allen, love the Bills.
Yeah. Mad love and respect.
The hatred and is about the media and all the other crap. And
For sure.
Only thing I'm thinking is Chiefs fan, don't apologize for where we're at, because it's getting to the point where fans are feeling like we have to apologize, and I think you got to go against that.
No, you don't need to apologize.
I put them through the Bills fans through tables. I'm not afraid. They can go through the tables.
I get it.
I also like the Bills. Cool.
This has been
there's nothing to say.
It's been exhausting the last couple of weeks because of all the things that people have said, and people have tried to make Adam Schefter trying to drum up like he's a click farmer.
We don't need to go there. We'll leave that for somebody else. We don't need to go there.
The stats that we're going to get to see over what Patrick Mahomes has done over the last 7 years to Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson.
What have they done?
The stats that they've put up, the numbers that they've put up, and that they've gone at, never passed the AFC Championship.
And it doesn't matter. And it doesn't matter because we're going to run all these stats and we're going to talk about all these other guys. And then we're going to have this the 3-time Super Bowl champion before he's 30. Well, is he that good? Is Josh Allen the best quarterback in football? Well, we got these arguments literally this year when he's just got done winning back-to-back Super Bowls. They will never stop. This exhausting narrative will never stop. But you know what? You know how you shut them up? You just keep winning and you keep laughing.
Yeah, well, that's what we've been doing at the Shrine, but walking around and talking to people, you can just tell they're tired of the Chiefs.
They're sick of it.
And there's no disrespect, because most people you talk to that are rational people don't get into the ref and all the narrative.
That's clickbait stuff.
Yeah, most conversation I have with real people aren't like that, at least the ones we're having here.
Yeah.
But you understand they're getting tired of it, and their response is just fucking deal with it. We're gonna keep winning, and this is what's going to be happening.
So I always say to Chiefs fans, remember how you felt when the Patriots, it wasn't quite this much condensed because they weren't at the 3P point, but it's just remember how you felt as a Chiefs fan about the Patriots, right? That's how everybody else feels now. It's no different. It's not disrespectful. It's not anything like that. It's the same thing. And you have to remember that. Everybody has to remember how they felt about the Patriots. And that was annoying. It was annoying how good they were. The Chiefs are that right now.
Well, yeah. And it's interesting. So I've just been going on social media and just reading through what people are saying. It's how surprising is it that, Juju's making a key play and Xavier Worthy's stepping up. If you watch the Chiefs over the last 3 years, this is exactly what they do, and that different people are stepping up at different times. But I did see Bobby Stroup put out that Patrick Mahomes is the most prolific quarterback runner in NFL history. He's the numbers back it up. I haven't seen those numbers yet, but they're there.
His running efficiency is insane.
But they were about his passer rate. This was the highest graded performance.
He was incredible, man.
We're saying it's the best game that he's played in his career.
He had 9.4 yards per attempt. And he was unbelievable.
So his EPA was the best of his career.
Dude, every time he ran was perfect. Every time he rolled out, we were all obviously watching together, right? Every time he rolled out, it was, there's backs to there's backs to him. There's nobody even remotely close to what he was doing. And he was I'm going. We've said it numerous times. Hey, run. His feet, again, I go back to this. This is the difference between him and Josh Allen. Josh Allen, it's called runs, which is good. He can do that. Kent gets a lot of flack for being a big Josh Allen fan. I think we all are. Josh Allen's amazing.
Yeah.
Right. But it's called runs. He does crazy, freaky plays. Mahomes just makes the right play so much more than every other.
And that's what's so boring to people. And that's why the Chiefs because
he can do anything.
Because
he can beat Josh Allen, but he makes the right play every time.
Yeah. And it's not always flashy, and it doesn't require flashy. The Chiefs don't always need, and they have it whenever they do need it. They can pull. Thank you, my friend. They can pull that lever. They can always pull the Mahomes lever when they need to, and they did. By the way, this team threw their way to an AFC Championship when the biggest moments. They had 2 first-down conversions to close this game out in the passing game because they put the hands in the ball of Patrick Mahomes, the best player that's ever played the sport.
It's their ability to reinvent themselves and win in so many different ways, from 1 week to another, 1 year to another.
Yep.
And it's always looked different. It's been different people. And we saw it again. If you would have said before this game, this is my favorite thing to do in this era. If you would have said before the game that Pacheco and Kareem Hunt would average 3.4 yards per carry, that Travis Kelce and DeAndre Hopkins would have 3 catches for 30 yards, that James Cook would have over 130 yards from scrimmage, I would not have thought we won the football game.
But they did.
And I was never I was not worried at any point in this game.
Well, BJ, they needed.
No, he was. BJ was cool as a cucumber.
The offense looked comfortable, and they were scheming guys wide open at different times. And the stuff that the Bills were doing were crazy plays, but they were having to work so hard for everything they were getting.
I had a brief
making
moment.
a crazy catch, crazy throw, and it just wasn't going to be
I had
consistent.
a brief moment that I was like questionable. BJ wasn't. He was cool as a cucumber. I had a brief moment where I was like, the Bills are kind of figuring out, but then it kind of hit me like, oh no, they're kind of pulling out all the stops here to get to this point, and the Chiefs are doing the not thing that was working. The Chiefs were actively doing that. Like, it was good. It felt good.
The Mahomes-Pacheco fumble is where it changed for me because Josh Allen was shook before. He was not relaxed before that. And then they got that ball in midfield, went and got an easy score, and then they relaxed after that.
Mm-hmm. I think you were talking a little bit about like how this team just has these different ways to win games. And I think the scary thing for the rest of the league is they've run out of ways to lose. And they just keep finding these different, like they have so many tricks in their bag at this point, and it continues to snowball and snowball. The Chiefs needed 32 points. They needed to score more than 30 points this game.
First time all year.
And it's the first time all year they do it.
It's going to be really interesting to see how this all plays out because it's not like over the next 2 weeks with narratives because it's not like the Eagles are the most likable team.
They're the least likable. They're the least likable.
Saquon's likable.
Saquon's awesome.
The coolest player in the NFL.
No, Saquon is
Saquon's great.
the coolest.
That tells you all you need to know about, but
Are people going to be rooting for the Chiefs? No, seriously, Super Bowl. Are people going to be rooting to see a three-peat of a Super Bowl champion over the Philadelphia Eagles?
There will be.
I think it's going to be a bunch of people saying they're not going to watch.
It is just Saquon.
Oh, yeah. That's the only thing.
It's going to be 2 weeks of people saying they're not going to watch.
Jalen Carter's awesome, but like a lot of people don't like him.
Craig, you don't have a mic, so I don't know if you can be heard.
I'm just talking.
He's just talking. We're just having a good time. We're just hanging.
Yeah.
We're just boys hanging.
Not bright in the face.
Just saying.
Just dudes being dudes.
Nick Sirianni. Everybody likes Saquon Barkley.
Yes.
And I don't. Andy Reid.
I don't know if the Saquon goodwill is enough to knock off Sirianni.
Dude, Spags, when he has a offense that is one-dimensional, he is a menace.
Mm-hmm.
He's an absolute menace when there's an offense that's one-dimensional. That's what made the Bills so scary.
Yes.
Right? That's what made
the mic.
I pointed and I was coming back. Relax. I'm good still. But no, that's what made the Bills so scary, right? Was like they could be two-dimensional. They're the one offense left.
Yeah.
Oh, Tucker says it's time for Toast Game.
That means video. Do the video, Tuck.
You can share with me here.
Can I do my Toast Game?
You can have my seat.
Yeah,
No, you stay. I'll just bend down. Okay, my Toast Game would be to the draft. Oh no.
Hold on.
Wait.
Can I play a video?
Thanks to our friends Ed Ben Holiday Bourbon for making sure that we were nice and taken care of today. But it is time for the Toast Game segment. So, Haley, let's start with you.
I would like to toast the draft class of 2022.
Woo!
For what they have been able to do, how none of them have ever gone to anything less than a Super Bowl since they've been in the NFL. We have Trent McDuffie, George Karlaftis, Isaiah Pacheco, Jalen Watson, Brian Cook, Joshua Williams, that one kid who they got rid of,
Darian
and
Kennard.
then Leo Chanel.
Darian Kennard.
Haley,
Yeah.
I have a question for you.
Mhm.
Is that good?
I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll give it a draft
Who's your
class
favorite
A.
out of lunch?
Why did you do that? I would have to say George Karlaftis after that. Or Trent McDuffie, George
There we go.
Karlaftis slash. Anyways, toast that, guys.
Leo Chanel.
Cheers.
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 Tucker, do you want to go?
Yeah, Tuck, you want to take my spot?
We'll go to the guy with no mic.
Come on in here.
Sit on my lap.
Oh, what's up, dog?
Look,
Stay here?
no, I'm good right here.
I'm done.
I'm good. Look, in games like this, it's really important to make sure that you come out and play good fundamental football and also get out of here healthy. So to good health.
To good health.
And Watson? Oh, yeah. Justin Watson's 2-point conversion as well.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. Well, I'm locked in on good health.
That was a great one.
Yeah.
I got a good one here. I'll go next because why not? I want to read this tweet out. I'm not gonna read the guy's name out because I feel a little bit bad. But I want to read this quote from you from April 25th or April 25th of 2024. Xavier Worthy was ranked 132nd in Sports Info Solutions points earned per route run in 2023 in college. And then no, it's allegedly terrible. But to quote this guy, never interrupt your enemy when he is making a mistake. Hashtag Bills Mafia. Well, let me tell you, random person on social media who has 132nd, Xavier Worthy, 132nd in yards per route run, blah, 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 blah. Your team traded up or allowed the Chiefs to trade up with you, the Buffalo Bills, the runner-up in the AFC Championship game. And all Xavier Worthy did was lead his team in yards, score a touchdown on your defense, and end your season. Have fun again with a long offseason. Cantoon on 3. Yeet! Xavier Worthy.
Bean. I'm getting in trouble. Woo! Okay, that's a tough one to follow. There's a lot of offensive players here, which is understandable, and good health, obviously. These are good. These are very good. I like the Worthy one. You kind of stole mine with that one. That's rough. So
Good.
I'm scrambling here.
Mine was way better than yours was going to be. So
no, it's not. Because here's the difference. Xavier Worthy's great. He's phenomenal. He had a great game. Absolutely phenomenal game. He led the team in receiving. He led the game in receiving yards. He scored a touchdown. But you know what's not locked in yet? Bevo Strong. Yet. A Hall of Fame jacket. You know who has a fucking Hall of Fame jacket on the docket? Steve Spagnolo has one locked, loaded. He has game plans. He has teams. He has rings ready to go. Josh Allen's eyes are still looking like a deer in headlights because of what Steve Spagnolo did on 4th down. Watch those highlights again, Josh.
that's pretty good.
You got something to go. Steve Spagnolo, cheers to you, buddy. Go back, get another one. My man, the nicest guy in football, the most demonic defensive coordinator around.
I love that. I got a buddy named Josh watching it right now. Watching our show right now is a Broncos fan, and I hope you cope and seethe and have another drink of bourbon on me. So, thank you.
I've had a lot.
My wife asked if you. Never mind. No, I told her. Never mind. Yeah. No, you're not. You're good. Beach.
I'm calmer than you guys, so I'm not going to yell and scream, but I'm going to go with Patrick Mahomes.
Whoa!
Totally shocking.
Wait, who's that? What's his middle name?
18 of 26, 245 yards with a touchdown, 11 rushes, 43 yards, 2 touchdowns. As we said earlier, according to the analytics nerds on social media, saying it's the greatest performance that he's had.
Mm-hmm.
And
well, those are the same ones that said he sucked all year. So
my toast, and I'm saying this in the most respectful way possible.
Uh-oh.
Can we please stop comparing people to Patrick Mahomes? It is not disrespectful. It is not disrespectful to Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen. Great players. Talk about what they're doing. It is incomparable what he is doing, even when it comes to Tom Brady at this point in his career. What we are seeing, there is no comparison.
If he three-peats, he's the GOAT.
He is in that conversation with one person already, and
Yes.
he's 29 years old and never not been to an AFC championship.
My age.
Can we please stop making those comparisons? Can we please stop giving engagement to the fucking people that use us to give the engagement by saying that dumb shit? Don't give it to them. Screenshot it.
Yes. You screenshot it, Florio. You never quote tweets.
Now Schefter and Florio on the same level.
Well, Florio, yeah.
And don't retweet Adam
Schefter. Cope. Michigan man.
Craig, close us out. Do you want my spot?
Oh, no. I don't think the camera's moving. Oh, no.
Hi. This is perfect.
Steve Spagnolo
Yo.
is in yet another Super Bowl.
What?
All this man does I know we have all this will they, won't they with him as a head coach. I don't care. Like, I legitimately don't care. This man, as Maddie alluded to, gold jacket. 5.5 yards per play for the Buffalo Bills. 5.5. That's near the bottom of what they've done all year long. Josh Allen was shook all year long. The entire game, he was really struggling with everything that Steve Spagnolo threw at him. It did not matter if Justin Reed was crashing on a running back swing pass. We saw that today. It did not matter if something was open in the middle of the field, a tight end, a little sit route. Brian Cook was on top of that as well. There was not a singular defensive player that sat down and said, no, it's over. This was Spag's masterclass. This was the team that everybody said was going to dethrone the Kansas City Chiefs. This was the team that they said was going to be the one to prevent them from going to, that's right, the three-peat. This is the first time in the history of the National Football League that anybody has ever gone to 3 straight Super Bowls. Miss me with this Kansas City Chiefs defense can't handle the tush push. Saquon Barkley, A.J. Brown, it does not matter. They have stood the test of time. The entirety of Steve Spagnolo's tenure as a Kansas City Chiefs defensive coordinator. The Chiefs are walking out 2 weeks from now with Steve Spagnolo being, he's already the most prolific defensive coordinator in the history of the National Football League. He is going to extend his tenure in that stature. Chiefs are winning this thing. Steve Spagnolo is coming up with the perfect game plan, and he did today. Post game. Spagnolo.
Steve! You've met Rant Swanson. Let me introduce you to Rage Stout. That is going to do it for the KCSN post-game show.
We need to sleep.
Thank you all so much for listening, watching, supporting KC Sports Network.
You guys are the best.
Thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you to everyone here covering the East-West Shrine Bowl. We got so many great people out here. Joel Pressel's just hanging out on the stairs, just soaking it all in. Tucker D. Franklin, Haley Lewis, Craig Stouts, the visionary BJ Kissel, Maddie Lane. I'm Ken Swanson. That's it.
Juju for toast game.
Juju for toast game.
Juju.
We love you. We appreciate you. We'll see you in the freaking Super Bowl
Again!
That was similar.